We're here talking with Siobhan Hanvey from Mustek in South Africa about unified communication solutions. So Siobhan, welcome to Shanghai, and tell us a little bit about yourself and a little bit about Mustek.
Thank you. My name is Siobhan Hanvey. I run the Huawei Enterprise Business Group within Mustek. Mustek was formed in 1987 by our current CEO, David Cam, and mostly as a sort of one-stop shop. And we've built up the Mustek brand from there. We've had a very much a can-do attitude. We've always assisted our reseller partners in building their solutions and making a good business out of that. Mustek started working with Huawei Symantec in 2010. That's what why I joined Mustek. And then when Huawei Symantec was absorbed back into the mothership, we naturally became a Huawei distributor across the board. So all of the Huawei solutions that you guys are.
And in particular for unified communications, what products do you currently promote into your marketplace?
So from a unified communications perspective, it's actually quite a good story. So when Huawei Enterprise entered the market, we were looking for wedges. So products that we could use to drive into the market that weren't necessarily going to try and replace clients who had huge investments in our brands. And unified communications was one of those. And in fact, some of our early success stories came out of the unified communications field. And obviously, as a brand new distributor for Huawei Enterprise, we really had to rely very heavily on Huawei in South Africa. The guys are so driven, very aggressive, and very dynamic in terms of working with us to help make sure that the solutions we offered were appropriate to the market, the right price points, and from a technical perspective, obviously, they had to get involved quite a lot in the early days, making sure that the resellers got the implementations going and that kind of thing.
So you mentioned some success stories. Could you elaborate on some of those?
Sure, I'm happy to. So one of the first over $1 million rand, not dollars, opportunities that we received with one of our partners was for a municipality in one of the smaller provinces of South Africa. It was the district of Capricorn, their municipality. And the rollout was going quite smoothly, and then we had a glitch. And all of a sudden, all of the voicemail on the PBX was in Chinese. It was quite a sticky situation at the time, and Huawei responded very aggressively. They immediately put 3 engineers on the road. Within about 4 or 5 hours, the problem was solved. I can look back now and laugh, but at the time it wasn't quite that funny. Since then, we've had many large rollouts, large on a South African scale, in the unified comms arena, both with IPT and then with video conferencing. And video conferencing, from a Huawei perspective, we see more and more uptake. And it's a perfect wedge. And some of the newer SMB based products, the TE30, the TE20, and the TE10, they fun, they hip, and they priced at a point that the SMB market can really grab them and run with them. So we're seeing quite a nice uptick in market there.
Okay, great. And are there any areas that you feel Huawei could improve on or add in unified communications that would satisfy market demand in South Africa?
So the South African marketplace is quite a different marketplace to traditional marketplaces like Europe, US, and China. We're very much smaller, but we're quite a lot more diversified, because generally a company will have a head office in Johannesburg and then run branch networks and that kind of thing. So what I do see is definitely a space for cloud PBX, because it just makes sense to put your PBX in a 24/7 hot and cold running data center and then service your branches from there. But certainly maybe more SMB focused products, specifically in some of Huawei's areas of excellence. I mean, Huawei has some of the best call center offerings in the world, but they don't scale down well enough.
I see. And are there any final thoughts you'd like to leave us with?
I'm looking forward to some of the challenges, some of the things that I've seen at the conference, SD-WAN, that is so exciting. Cloud-based unified comms that I spoke about, 100 gig Ethernet. I sat through the session the other day. I can't wait for those kind of technologies to hit the road.
It's very exciting. We very much appreciate you taking the time to talk with us today.
Thank you very much.